Upgrades. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review brought to you from the Toronto Film Festival. This film here was my first Midnight Madness film this year, and this film did not disappoint in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This one is called The Substance, and here's a quick synopsis. Elizabeth Sparkle, renowned for her aerobics show, faces a devastating blow on her 50th birthday as her boss fires her. Amid her distress, a laboratory offers her a substance which promotes to transform her into an enhanced version of herself. And this one is directed by Coralie Fargeat, and it stars Demi Moore, Margaret, I'm gonna make sure I get your right name right here, Margaret, Qualley, I think I said it right, and Dennis Quaid. Now, The Substance. Let's start off by saying this film is a body dysmorphia horror film that is so full of a great story that it will intrigue you from the beginning as we're introduced to Demi Moore's character, and we see that she's clearly getting up there in age, and we kind of see just from the setup of it that maybe it's time to phase her out. And then we get introduced to this amazing character played by Dennis Quaid that is insane on so many levels as he pushes her out. And then we get a call from this laboratory that just promises her youth. And then they give her instructions. That's the key part of this film. They give her instructions on how to take this substance and the things she's supposed to do when taking these substance, and how the substance is going to transform her into a different part of herself, a different being all into itself, and how they must work together to survive forever. And then that's when this one goes off the rails into just horror, comedy, everything humanly possible to keep you enamored as Margaret's portion of Elizabeth's character as she branches off from herself versus Demi's version of Elizabeth. And we get to see these two fighting each other for what makes them, and how they're supposed to have this symbiotic relationship where they're always working together for the greater good. And then we get to see the conflict of that happening and the results of that conflict of that happening. All of that just puts The Substance at a level that you would have never thought. This is one of the smartest written films I've seen in the last couple of years. Like, just to come up with the mind frame that we're going to do this body dysmorphia horror film, but it's going to be about wanting to hold on to fame too bad to where it becomes an unhealthy obsession. Because that's what leads Demi's character to making the decision that she makes. Is because she knows she's getting old, like she knows she's being phased out, and she doesn't want to be. And when this offer is given to her of how to maintain it, but also with rules that she paid no attention to like she was supposed to, that's when this film again, and its writing this amazingly takes off to another level. The Substance is also one of the best shot films I've seen this year. Like, it's so many elements of this film that will keep you intrigued. It is utterly disgusting though while you're watching it. And it's something you got to be prepared for, that you're going to see everything humanly possible, stuff that you don't want to see at all, you get to see in this film. And then as the film goes on and we get these two different personalities of the same person arguing and going back and forth, and we get to see the ramifications of their actions, it takes this film to another level. I mean, Coralie does a great job of just showing exactly the price of fame and what it means to be young forever and the consequences you pay for those type of actions here as two different sides that independently think for themselves. Like, it's just so much of this that makes this an amazing film, but it's all anchored by Demi Moore giving a great performance. It's possibly the best performance that I've seen from Demi Moore since G.I. Jane, possibly, where you just understand that she is putting her heart and soul into this film on so many levels, and it works and it pays off beautifully for everything that this character has to go through. So again, just be prepared. This film is utterly disgusting. Like hostile level disgusting at times. And for some people, that's going to make it hard for them to get through. But you are rewarded if you can get through it with possibly the best written film of the year. This film is absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. So, The Substance, brought to you from the Toronto Film Festival. Out of a possible 10, I'm going to give The Substance a 9.5 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. This movie is disgusting. It is actually an actual horror film. It has a monster and it has so many different elements in it that makes this film so enjoyable. But all of it is anchored by Demi Moore putting on possibly the best performance of her career. I say it since G.I. Jane, but it's really hard for me to think another leading performance with Demi Moore that comes close to matching The Substance. So the point that you get this type of performance from Demi Moore at this point of her career, and the whole purpose of that performance is that her character is terrified to get older and what that will mean for her for the rest of her career. All of that is great and definitely something to check it out. So it drops possibly sometime in September, really close to TIFF. I think 2 weeks out or something of that nature is going to drop. But check it out in theaters when it drops. Let us know what you think. This has been another JVS movie review brought to you from the Toronto Film Festival. Peace, people.